Hi guys, welcome back to the barn and the season finale of 12 Days of Woodworking Tips. Aren't clamps very useful to woodworkers? And how many clamps have you got in your workshop? I'm not quite sure how many I've got because I have them stuck around the rafters of the workshop. I've never quite counted them, but I'm going to guess around about 30 of various sizes. From the little pinchy type clamps that are about £1 each, to these more expensive Bessey clamps that can clamp 600mm. I also have a couple of traditional sash clamps that can clamp around about 1200mm. But how do you know if you have enough clamps for your workshop? It's easy to work it out because there's a mathematical formula, and that is C+1, where C equals the number of clamps you currently own, or S minus 1, where S is the number of clamps you would need to own to cause separation from your partner and possibly the start of financial ruin. If you're running out of clamps for a specific project and don't want to go out and buy more clamps, then there is always a way to glue up projects without buying additional clamps. When I was in the small loft workshop, I made some glue up bars from some 2x1 with holes drilled at the same centres as my MFT worktops using my UK Path Guide jig. And today I'm going to make some clamping cauls to glue up some panels that I have on the bench in the workshop, and I will make these from the offcuts of the components I have already cut to size. Right, let's make some. When I get time, I'll swap these screws out for some 6mm bolts and wing nuts. Right, so I've made this jig, and because I've got these T-grooves in the front of the workbench, I've made it so I can stand it vertical. I just think it might be easier to glue up. I've prepared my panel to go together using the saw taper jig, but instead of biscuits I've used dominoes, and that's just because I've run out of biscuits. Luckily it's New Year and I'm trying to keep my waist down, so I'm not going to buy any more biscuits. Right, so I can put the first piece in. Important to know while making this, I put some tape on here which I'll have to replace every now and again, and that's just to stop the panel glue into the clamp bars, or else I'll never get the whole thing apart. Use my washing up liquid bottle. Make sure I get some glue in the domino pockets. I've used the domino on the widest setting here just to give me a little bit more play with the gluing up process. The good thing with the way that these bars just fall down when they're open, it's just enough just to keep your panel in place so it's not falling over. Tips on this side of the bars as well so that these parts won't stick. These 20mm came from the jig that I made previously in the Small Loft workshop. They're just 20mm dowels that I've just taken the edge off on the sander. A little bit of scrap in there. 3 wedges. Now if you don't know how to make wedges, go and see day 2 of this series where I made a little wedge jig. These were made on that wedge jig. I have cut the noses off them though, it just makes it easier to get the wedges out of the jig once the glue's dried. I'll just get a cloth to clean them off before the glue runs everywhere. Granville, fetch your cloth! Can't get the stuff around here. Perfect. Right, so if I'd have bought 3 clamps to do that, it'd probably cost me £100, €100. A little bit of saving there. Of course you can make these bars as long as you want if you've got an 8-foot glue up. Nothing to stop you making these 8 foot long. So that's my little glue up jig made, and a little bit about clamps. I hope you enjoyed this video, guy, and more importantly I hope you enjoyed this series. If you like the video, send me a thumbs up and maybe send me a comment. It does a lot to the YouTube algorithm to promote my videos further. So if one of these 12 videos were an outstanding favourite, let me know, and I might even make some more of these as the year goes by, these little quick videos. But anyway guys, that's for another day. Thank you for watching, and I can't believe it's the 12th day of Christmas already and we're all back to work. How rubbish is that? See you later guys, bye. And I forgot to say, if you put these bars within easy reach of the end for an ordinary clamp, you can put some sideways clamping pressure on your panels like that.